guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and today I'm going to give you an update on the modifications I'm planning on my 2017 Porsche 991.2 Carrera. Remember, if you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber, hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Like and share this video so our channel can grow. And as always, leave a positive comment below. All right, so a couple weeks ago, whenever it was, I made a video, what's going to be the first modification for my 991.2 2017 Carrera. Now, if you know your Porsches, this was the first turbo. Now they're all turbos, the 911. So essentially, with the 991.2, they went to all turbocharged engines, 3-liter, flat sixes, turbos, and basically the difference now between the base Carrera, the S, and the GTS is essentially the size of those turbos. So one of the modifications, well, I asked you guys in that video, what should I do? So one said wheels and tires. Sorry, Joe, but the first modification wasn't that. Some said exhaust, some said tunes, some said PPF. Those were choices I had given you. So I'll get to what I did before, and I'll tell you what I looked into. So one thing I really seriously am considering is a tune. So one of you had said an APR Stage 1 tune. I did some research on it. So the 2017, it's like a dungeon here. I mean, in the winter, like the sunlight is terrible here, so forgive me. The 2017 base Carrera, according to Porsche, has 370 horsepower, 331 foot-pounds of torque. Now, APR dynoed this car, this exact model, and they got 390. So it shows you Porsche and most German cars, the horsepower that they tell you is really underrated. So this car really puts out 390, and that's why it feels so fast. 7-speed manual, 390 turbocharged motor. Yeah, that's pretty quick. Now, with their Stage 1 tune, that could go up to 475. So if you believe the 370, which is obviously a low number, can go to 475, so over 100. They say 112 horsepower, but that's 105, according to the math I learned in school. And then 461 foot-pounds of torque, so you're going from 331 to 461, so 130 foot-pounds of torque, which is pretty amazing. So that I was strongly considering. This has been, as I said in other videos, my commercial real estate business is pretty much on hold due to COVID, people not going back to work, working remotely. So I made like no money this year, so I can't even afford the $1,500 to get the tune. So this $1,500 seems well worth it. You can even pay extra like $3,000. I think they even warranty your engine and stuff like that. But APR is pretty reliable. Boost pressure would be pretty low, so I'm pretty confident that'll be fine. Now, that's for PDK cars. So manual cars, you can get the same results, but they recommend you don't upgrade the torque on a manual car to save the clutch. So what really struck out to me on that number was not necessarily even the 475 horsepower. What intrigued me about that number, that tune, was really the 461 foot-pounds of torque. Because torque you feel. So even on my spirited drives, there's really never a time that I thought this car was too slow and needed more power. I'd never be like, oh, that's it. You know, but the torque I would be using, you know, coming out of the turns and stuff like that, especially with the turbo. So the 461 intrigues me. So I'm going to do some more research, but that's disconcerting to me. That definitely concerns me that I would only get the horsepower and probably have to have it detuned for the torque in order to save the clutch. I love that this is a manual transmission. I don't want a PDK car. Give me the full torque. So that's something definitely considering for the future. That may be the second mod. Unfortunately, that's going to have to wait to 2021. I'm filming this in 2020 just because of money issues. Now, that's on 93. So here in the Northeast, certainly in New Jersey, we get 93. I know a lot of you out West, you only get 91 octane gas, but we get 93, and it's readily available. Obviously, it costs more than 87 or 89, but well worth it. And if you ran on E85 that tune, you can get 501 horsepower, 523 foot-pounds of torque. So that would be pretty cool too. So I'm definitely considering a tune on the car. Other things that you guys had said with is an exhaust. I love the sport exhaust on this car, and I was really looking for this perfect spec, which was a manual transmission, Miami Blue Sport Seat Sport exhaust. I found it. I don't have Sport Chrono, so I don't have Sport Plus. I just have Sport. And PASM is now standard 991.2, so I got 997 on the brain after driving that 997.2 and the 997.2 GT3RS. Hopefully you saw those videos. So the sport exhaust I definitely wanted. So it sounds good, it does. But I guess with a turbocharged motor, it doesn't, sound as good as obviously a normally aspirated motor. And also, it doesn't have the, it's not loud enough for me. Like when I had my Cayman S, it sounded good. and then I put a Boiler Race exhaust and it sounded amazing, but there was drone on it too. I mean, 6th gear essentially became unusable after that. So that's something to think about. So I think future mods, I can see myself putting exhaust. I can see myself doing a tune since there's a turbocharged motor. But the big news is, so what did I do? Well, I hinted at it in the thing, so it was kind of like a trick. So spoiler alert, I did the PPF. So the way the 911's hood points down in the front, even with my 993 and 996, it gets every stone chip on the block. So I think it's a must. I PPF the hood in the front bumper, and that's really a must to do because you'll get a million stone chips. That's something I highly recommend. So nothing glamorous or anything like that. And obviously that was technically the first mod. Oh, clear side markers is another thing. So those 3 things, and I'll give you an update. We'll do a 5,000 mile review on this car. 3 things I'm definitely considering for 2021, and I plan to have this car the whole time I have this 3-year warranty. So would be clear side markers. That's an easy one, $150. Some kind of tune, that's $1,500, and then some kind of really cool exhaust. All right, guys. So that's the update. Look for our 5,000 mile review soon. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.